was a very much about Edward Smart Ghana update. So like, share, and comment in the comment section. I say FMI and some other told ya I have a transfer and I don't come on AB and say you rapport at much some training back who are my concrete Ghana say no then some other to ya watch say NDC among you corner face so you are John Dramani Mahama come here say pressure ewo musupa pressure upon pressure ningina ene se eye 2020 ade se yewra eye omampani eyi eye maame Professor Jane Naana Opoku ajman so no na me running mate na e kam yakọ se eye allege ake oba yese ade so omampani adrop eye maame ya okwakofa eye kane auditor general eye Daniel ya eye Domelovo se papa wono ene maame ne running mate na e kam yakọ se mra no omampani da de John Dramani Mahama ewa ben mo no na ye the corruption tansa bwana ebobo no na so papa yi aye Domelevo sa papa yi na ya de se ono no corruption emra one aye Supreme Court onya case Supreme Court otimi di nkonim ewo aye Supreme Court no bibia di adanse be se papa yi ebetimi aba be mampani da de John Dramani Mahama ene running mate na timi aboa ma NDC amanyoko no so etimi aba power nyankropon ya Adom 2024 nti bibia di adanse se papa yi etimi ebe ye aye running mate de mampani da de John Dramani Mahama ebetumi abo NDC amanyoko ni pa no eyen samado a aye Paul Adomotre so edi atudwa ye betena se na ye di ehon komo like share na fefa comment egu comment section ase efa emaye na ensamo from so a ye renadu na ensamo from so aba betodwa ye ba bedi nkomo ebi enso ene se maame aye Mrs aye Sherry Ayite ana ekase wo first aye vice chairperson e de ma NDC amanyoko ni small do todwa nyina ne se nyankropon ya Adom no Adom fo ya Adom na dompetu Adom pesuo na honam tare honam so na se NDC amanyoko no etimi eba abemu biemu aya de se wonu mu a ewo MPP amanyoko na fesu ewu anana da kwa kufu adamemu no a omu aye katahye kankan pro ene dwurumudie omudo mu ho afore mo ya so meyo mu nyina ade apie ba ko na chese ya jeli omo na bibia esusu etime e kama pam ye hu won mu a no mu eye corruption e wo man konkon Ghana wan se mu ni afoforo pini betina so na ye di ehun enkomo like share na fei for comment no e wo comment section as wo mra ye be share enkomo de na sensa na no ebusen enko na ye ntie se won do yira Paul Adomotre e de ato adwane ye ba be di ehun enkomo.
Now when the Domelevo victory at the Supreme Court came, we have picked from grapevine that there has now become, there's now building up enormous pressure on our friend President Mahama to make a choice about running mate. The story is this: those who are pushing this narrative, this is the angle. They think that if Dr. Bawumia is elected as the MPP candidate, which some people think is very likely, if he is elected as an MPP candidate, then the corruption quotient and the conversation for election 2024 would be this way. In 2016, President Mahama's supporters believe that the New Patriotic Party and its communicators did everything they could to stick corruption on President Mahama, and to some extent they succeeded. The Ghanaian people bought into it. Okay. And they stick the corruption conversation on President Mahama so badly. That's what President Mahama's people say. And they say it's not true. President Mahama is not corrupt, but they stuck it on him. I'm not saying President Mahama is corrupt. I'm not saying he's not corrupt. The jury is out. You can make your own decision. Now, they said President Mahama, they stuck on President Mahama. Over the last few years, 6 years, since 2017, they have tried to stick it on Dr. Bawumia, but it's not holding. You can't look at Dr. Bawumia and say the corruption narrative is on him. They say he's a liar and he said something, it didn't happen, and he said the CD, he's put the key in the IGP pocket and the CD has run away from the IGP. They say all of those funny things, okay? But you can't say that he's corrupt. You can't find anything to say that he's corrupt. However, the corruption stuck on President Mahama at that time. Same situation with Alan Chematin. That if he becomes the MPP nominee and the question of corruption comes up, Alan he's wearing white, you can see. Alan, they will say, is clean. They can't stick any corruption. You can say he doesn't talk forcefully, or you can say all the things you want to say about Alan, but you can't say that he has a corruption problem. But it's stuck here. Okay, so give me back President Mahama and Jane Naana Opoku. Let me continue the story. So they are saying that at this time, with all what has happened now, President Mahama must change his running mate to fix the corruption issue. President Mahama's current running mate is Jane Naana Opoku for election 2020. We don't know whether it will be 2024. Johnson Asiedu Nkatia will be part of the decision makers. My friend Johnson Asiedu Nkatia will be part of the decision makers in this matter. So they are saying to President Mahama that, Mr. President, go for Domelevo. He's the one who cleans up your corruption charges or your corruption idea or corruption image or whatever it is. If there is anything like that, I don't know whether there is. But if there is anything like that, President Mahama's image will be completely cleaned up by Domelevo. So we are watching that space. They say, make Domelevo your running mate. Choose Judge Mahama and Domelevo. In any case, the airways in the Volta region are calling for their time in the NDC. They give the NDC the widest margins of vote. So they are calling for their time. Domelevo is an airway. President Mahama, keep Jane Naana Opoku as a minister. Go for Domelevo. And with Domelevo, you can deal with the election. Can you imagine that? My friend Domelevo would be running mates to President Mahama. That's the new agenda they are pushing. And that's the story I wanted to bring to your attention so that when it happens, you remember that you heard it first on Good Evening Ghana. You heard it first here. Domelevo for John Mahama's running mate. After the Supreme Court ruling, enormous pressure is going on President Mahama. That is why Professor Kwame Ahoy was compelled last week to come and say that John Mahama should keep Jane Naana Opoku. Because, you know, Professor Jane is Ahoy people. They are their friends. I mean, they brought her to Radio Gold. She used to do interviews on Radio Gold because of Professor Kwame, because of Uncle Ato Ahoy. And so Kwame Ahoy came out and said, keep Jane Naana Opoku. The pressure is mounting. People are saying that you have a corruption issue, take Domelevo. So when Domelevo sang his song, beautiful Ewe song on social media, I don't know. So I called my friend Adom. I said, Adom, is Domelevo saying that he's going to run him and say, oh, you too? As for you, Paul, everything is politics. And he's not saying, he's talking about God. I said, okay. Adom explained it to me. So Domelevo for John Mahama's running mate, successful from the Supreme Court. He wants to be John Mahama's running mate. Here is Domelevo in his beautiful Ewe song.
Remember my when you are fair. I feel any farm, you know. Can't get foot over. Oh, Chode Munye. Hinton Munye Weche. Oh, Chode Munye. One on Kona. Oh, Padu Titi. Take Domelovo. Domelevo, Domelevo. Yeah, me jolo kwe avaomie. Ne maule ko nyatepe avaje. Domelevo, adu konu Domelevo. Yeah, me jolo. Yeah, me jolo kwe avaomie. Nema ule ko nyatepe avaje. Domelevo adu konu Domelevo. Nea mejolo. Janele nembe mawene nyafe. Afile ne famieno. Kake futo ube.
Ushani pe kwete ni eye Paul Adomochi a wodi ni djuma e wo Metro TV ne ana etwagu ye ne betena se na ye disanse we nyina ho komo se no kre se pressure e wo NDC amanyoko no eso ana afeso corruption won sense mo ka no mo ba power o betumi aya na mo akwa
Majo super
bibi okoboko
bende
e wonu anu NDC fo na eso mo pressure do mo so ni ade
anyway, my man free. Paul Adomochi and some now comfort running mate hono. Unse Mama Jane Mensa. Unse Ghana, I see the democracy chidia. Now see it needing ye. You know, Minoka say Obana vice president of the United States of America. Omokrade and some way so between a twaba more by president do we are yet to have a woman president in United States of America, okay, but vice there at least ye hubi ti anka yensu ya hai ka enye ntwitwa enemu ne adwempone ne twenebo from pull him down PhD for no a o fra ne e tu sahia anka also we need to give a man also another opportunity to also explore so what I say said the farmer me Jane Naana Opoku adimaya abano amfet or dropping definitely over dropping no na po adoma kire some no kind of Shatta na nyadwe papa because enya running mate ni e no corruption you ono am opay mu na mu rama badu opay mu na nya kase boy ono am ne den tansa no e no nti ande how does that got to do with Jane Naana? So at the end is o ka de onya kukudu nkase Mahama na mu na osan ko gina nchen no mpini popofro because corruption tansa de bono no na yafunya ebebrebe na no me so man penda da Mahama tibe bi se MP for ye Ghana for drudi o yara wa you know any sane man ya de so mo yo modru Mahama na mu na sada America no on the corruption charges bono some of them were not just a C. It wasn't a some of them were proven to be true. Some of the corporates themselves came out to say something. And whenever I hear Mahama talking about me corruption, I don't want to say, like seriously, no. When you could do corruption, you know, medical council happen. Say, me, Mahama and some okay, I just have a track. The okay na whimsical words of a desperate on one account maybe a whimsical promise of a desperate politician. So what does it that's all kind of a no ama is in a whimsical promises of a desperate politician or no per quan be dear to can someone no can do any to me. So what I say a mom nipa like you know nipa kwane adia unto predicting and next thing obey cause tambia nipa dwensesa so it could be so akotra chire we hunu say say na also you know offers of the fight corruption no Mahama na mu as a person there nse bebre o ka fa na ho a it may not be true say so akosi jewel factory or Dubai and Sanya they were all I think say they were not true at I say but nko for no there o supervise mambo corruption pa including one more or admit or mokotna the presidency ho so at as including on where Bab on Tibeka say ampa my may be about my discano but ranching because man could we including one where Bab on Tibeka I Sikandian fat net also $3 million a day, $3 million a day. I depend bars and who didn't go for to Uncle career. You know, they came out to confirm it. And on what grounds? Look who's been out the chance to fight corruption. But like I said, I'll believe him when he comes into power and then start doing what he's been preaching about. But honestly, questionable because what chance of according Mukrano, one yes, I had a or Boba Akopa kono baby we friend of Pyro and okoye hu dede nti entwane ye hwede bi fresh de beba adan de no na yen hwe
nipa obeso oyinas ne running mate former auditor general Daniel Yao Domelevo uhunu se man ne betimi aboa because of the case be winning here our Supreme Court into betimi o deserve to be a running mate to former president ana
well amafo Adom ni problem of presidency ho I be among the kuta the only longest serving president of Ghana John Jerry Rawlings ono soldier buying as 11 years and then a civilian government as 8 years 19 years ono kwanti akomodo mu any problem here but adeba community also who say talk is cheap. So it as a casa I am from and it is easier said than done. Auditor General Juma is different from being vice president.
Okay.
Young Kofi on one Parko see Mr. Arthur, Yamin for the currency. Time on my vice president or Bank of Ghana as governor. No go for whom I respect the power. But Uncle Father be vice president and afraid of number because you know. And also Namusa no or near the idea. So what I say. The near Domelovo case or community said. Only rights or I also call procedure on leave. I mean, proceed near the Adenia or court communia, and no shouldn't give you the guts and or me and the vice president ebefa. So what I say, those say ebama you go so feel okay. Once again we have also have our brother being vice president. Between the support kakraba, but a juma yemu performance there. Unto for the generous level and compare being vice president. Until the omo kasa no mfana there din there. Ni na ye shobudu shidabada and sadam fanfa so be a man politician so ye smart. Omo say Domelovo no ho abasam ti asa emu person capitalize on ne ho na abasam ne de show na obebogya gum on na meche na ha etinya de a be shada dem fa so papa bi aba e was akwa no so
Mrs. Sherry ayite so say NDC less government no omu be jeli MPP corrupt officials na mo one ne ya adwon wasanse no
wadam dantia
maame no
o ka omo a chi omu Kofi ba o chi omu gum no ono
okay
o ka ho bi ntia se ne ya sa ono akomo ba na yenya nchi obi a ye wa ha na I say 20 Mahama ne do mba won say corruption mba won to an MPP ni ba kokko ehum ICC so sa ka se oba ba kopa mo mra we say narratives na sasa etima me sheli IT yes na oye emribe atwam kra no oye minister for environmental maybe some refin position
also a first vice chairperson for the NDC.
Send the free position about party level. Okay. So what I say, there's no can there. Send this for Yankopon your madam, no maba. Na so mo ntumi antu obi antumu anka me Metias street try demonstration say mo bi antu aba man this. E wo say anko ba bia de like me say ade no. Because basa me me say this for omo kasa keke just to win power but omo ni bibia to offer Ghana. Because Kofi tan e bete wawa na Kofi disco Kofi mo ba man to antu obi antu. Anya bi aban we de first apamfo from na bi ka ba na mo chenkofu gu kire sampa na corruption koso wa pampa other say to kukuru 5 million by that time no o say me ko to dem ayira obende eni amaniama people were actually sent to court and they were guilty of the offenses they were prosecuted for ampa so mo dem nti mo mba and the MP for so by 6 years they be assume yes or court obia betina position be 2 years na sa what deep one here what the 6 years enhwemu I mean what kind of life is that let us the moka nyina say Mahama na confirm na man confirm to confirm to koboki na ampa anke ya nchi obia prosecute no so what I say eti bas branding nipa na babontia baka se siskana se se waje ampa awaje abro de so oja obetu aka nti de obi atumi boniti ko gisika bi opachire e china no na de ya nchine so so all these things were there to umpela da mama de with all due respect me twen so ba like ye twen se bia obetumi aba na obesi de oyo no me ahwe
na nebera se or for comment section as like a shana for so enye bi enhwemedi e de kinki ozo na Kofi ejisi kapanka yakramo